Now we move on to our next news. NVIDIA is preparing to resume sales of its H20 artificial intelligence chips to China, a move linked to ongoing U.S. trade negotiations involving rare earth elements. U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick has confirmed that the planned resumption is part of a broader agreement. The announcement comes just days after NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang met with U.S. President Donald Trump. NVIDIA stated on Monday that it has applied for licenses to resume shipments of the H20 GPU to China and has received assurances from U.S. officials that the licenses will be granted soon. Here's what NVIDIA CEO had to say.
I'm announcing that the U.S. government has approved for us filing licenses to start shipping H20s. We will start to sell H20s to the Chinese market, and I'm looking forward to shipping H20s very soon. And so I'm very happy with that very, very good news.
Now we are joined by our guest, Andrew K.P. Long, for this discussion as a China strategist. Thank you, Andrew, for joining us today. Good to see you. What are the strategic implications of the U.S. allowing NVIDIA to resume sales of these chips to China, especially amid ongoing trade negotiations with China, U.S.?
First of all, NVIDIA is, of course, tech company.
Andrew, there might be audio, some technical issue there.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now it's perfect. Please, could you start it again? Okay, thank you.
All right. There are a number of issues here. First of all, NVIDIA is the United States' largest company by capitalization, but is also a leader in technology, especially in high-end chips, selling not only within the United States, but around the world, is in fact controls the patents to these high-end chips of the world. So it's of great importance to the economy, to the American financial system. Now, but the biggest buyer of these chips is China. But on the other hand, the other dimension is, of course, these chips military applications. So the United States is extremely careful to allow China to acquire the technology, hence all these restrictions on China's access to high-end chips, high-end being defined as 3 nanometers and below. So these are minute chips, which NVIDIA has the capacity. Now, this solution of selling a special kind of chip called H20 is especially catering for the China market. It may satisfy China's demand for this chip for the time being, as China trying to develop its own capabilities, but also it stops short of giving China the kind of technology that may have military applications. So that's what we're seeing now. Now, the other dimension, of course, this comes at a time when China is hosting a supply chain inclusiveness as a response to a wrecking ball imposed by Americans indiscriminate tariffs left, right, and center. This obviously upends the whole world supply and value chain, and China is at the center of that, and it affects not only China, but of all other countries. So I think that this is also a narrative of this conference, promoting supply chain integrity, enabling the free flow of components and also products across the world, and then supplying China with the chips China needs at the moment without giving China the kind of capabilities or technologies which could have military application.
And please, Andrew, thank you for sharing that, and stay with us as we stay on this topic. In a related development, NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang is visiting